My article was titled Gut Microbiota and Ulcerative Colitis, Insights on Pathogenesis and Treatments. This article was written by 3 scientists in China in February of last year. The overall message is that fecal microbiota transplants could be a potential treatment for individuals with ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis is a subtype of irritable bowel disease that is characterized by chronic inflammation of the colorectal mucosa. It's important to note here that the colon is the only part of the intestine that provides adequate conditions for the obligate anaerobic bacteria. So it's crucial that the colon microbiome is healthy to provide for these bacteria. And this article cites evidence that disorder in the intestinal mucosal homeostasis causes intestinal bowel diseases, including ulcerative colitis, and that the abundance, variety, and stability of microbiota aids in maintaining the gut-host interactions. Humans are holobionts, meaning the relationship between the microbiome and host is essential for human health. And the microbiota within the gut are involved in different physiological functions, including supplying nutrients and energy, defending the host, and regulating the host immune systems. So I have 3 examples here of how microbes aid in gut health, taken from the article. The first is short chain fatty acids, which are bacterial metabolites with anti-inflammatory effects that aid in the intestinal immune system, specifically by increasing the integrity of epithelial cells within the colon. The second is the gut microbiota deconjugates and metabolizes primary bile acids into secondary bile acids. These then function to modulate immunity by reducing expression of pro-inflammatory cytokines in monocytes, macrophages, and dendritic cells. And the third is the composition of gut microbiota can influence the host response to pathogens and predisposition to disease. Dysbiosis is the imbalance of organisms present in a person's natural microflora. And the researchers found that in ulcerative colitis, dysbiosis is not actually caused by a bacteria. And they also found that there was a reduction in diversity of fecal microbiota in UC patients, and that they had fewer bacteroids and lower concentrations of organic acids. And they also had alterations in colonic mucosa-associated fungal microbiota. So the researchers are proposing looking further into fecal microbiota transplant to increase the health and abundance of microflora in UC patients. A FMT is the transfer of a stool sample from a donor to a recipient's gastrointestinal tract, and hopefully transferring the metabolic function of the donor's microorganisms. However, there is a limitation to FMTs because the microbe composition of feces and the composition of intestinal mucosal tissues is significantly different. And this is a subset of results on the right here from one of the figures in the paper, showing the wide range of reactions in patients outlined in the red box. They did find that there were controversial results when they were looking at different studies. And the researchers have explained the results to be so variable because of the lack of a standardization process for FMTs. And some researchers also suggest that the efficiency of FMTs can be improved with changing the frequency and method of transplantation. They also found that multiple FMT treatments via colonoscopy induces remission of UC. And why is this important? There's no cure for ulcerative colitis, which is a chronic illness. So this article provides insight into possible treatment plans. There are over 1 million adults within the US struggling with UC currently, and this could also open up research and possibilities for other irritable bowel diseases. And some future research, it's important to make sure that there are standardized methods for fecal collection, donation, and transplantation. And there should also be future research about the connectedness of donors and recipients, because they have found it easier to induce remission when there is greater similarity between the two. And finally, the use of FMT with antibiotics should be further researched, because the article mentions that in combination is more effective than just antibiotics alone.